Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be giving you a brief overview and review of Reviving Kathmandu. So you're trying to gain the most points by building monuments and hopefully completing some of your missions to gain even more bonus points over the course of 8 rounds. So each player gets a player board in their choice of color, and I believe the colors represent the flag of Nepal, I believe, if I remember correctly. So they're kind of more pastel-y colors. There's a first player marker. The one that goes first puts it right there on their player board, and that will be switching player to player after each round. You get 5 bidding coins that match your player board, a mission card that you will be placing here. That determines the bonus points you get based on what monuments and what colors. So this one is a little Buddha, and that one, if you do in red or green, you get an additional bonus point for each one. For the shrine, if you build the bottom half, the bottom part, if it's blue or red, you get 2 bonus points. The stupa, you can see the bottom 2 portions are colored in black. That means if those 2 are the same color, you will get an additional 3 points. And then the last one is the pagoda. If the bottom and the second one from the top, so if these 2 that are in black, if those are the same color, you will get 4 additional bonus points. So those are very beneficial to try to obtain for in-game points. Each player will get 3 scoring tokens. One goes on the 0, the other goes over here in the reserve. And as you rack up increments of 10s and then all the way up to 100, you will start using these to show that you are at 10, 25, 35, and so on. You get your 5 bidding tokens, which you will keep the values hidden from other players, because this is a hidden bidding game where you have 4 cards in a this is for 5 to 6 players. In a 2 to 4 player game, you will have 4 cards here to bid on. So you take turns. First player going first decides where they want to place their coin. So if I place that coin there, I'm bidding on this row and definitely this card, because I would be the closest to this card. And then Anthony would choose one of his coins. He's going for this row and would be the closest to this card. I didn't even see which one I put. And then I place another one. So I'm going to place that one there. And they're supposed to be hit like face down when you put them on there. Okay, so then you reveal all your coins. So I had a 4 and he had a 4, so we tied. I would get this. The one that's on the side of the card is considered to be the closest, so that would be my card. This one, we're both at 5, but he's the closest, and he's going for this row, so he gets this card. Since I only gained, actually I did gain this card. If I didn't gain this card, say this card, I didn't gain that card. You always take 2 cards. If you didn't gain any here, you would draw 2 red. If you only drew 1, so whatever you don't get in here to make, you draw this
to equal the 2.
To equal the 2 cards. Hopefully that makes sense. And then, so your first action is you are bidding. That's what we did. Then we collected our cards, and then simultaneously you build monuments. You don't have to build an entire monument. You can start a monument. So you decide which side of the card you want to use. There's 2 different monument pieces on there.
You do have to start from the bottom first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, you do have to start with the bottom. And it shows you a picture of the monument and what piece this is. So this is the bottoms of this one, and this is the middle of this one. This is the bottom of this one. So if I wanted to, I could place these 2. They're the same type of building. They're the shrine, and I have 1 yellow and 1 red. And as you can see for the shrine, if I play a red one on the bottom, I'll get 2 additional bonus points at the end of the game. So you're just going to continue for 8 rounds. And as you use your coins, they're going to go on your player board. to show they've been used. So say we went another round. So that's, so we spin our coins. Then when you're down to the last coin, you can choose to spend it to gain a point or obtain a discard from any player's discard pile. If there's a card you really want, you can use that coin. Then you just start over, and this will be played out over 8 rounds. And then at the end of the rounds, you're going to calculate the monuments you built. In completion, you get the points, whatever the highest points is on your monument. Is what you get. If it's incomplete, you score the highest, I believe, right? All mine were finished. Did you have any incomplete ones?
No, I don't think you score if they're incomplete.
Let's see.
But
Discard. Take all cards.
But as you notice, the cards.
Yeah, you score the topmost points for incomplete ones. I was right on that.
But as you notice, they're double-sided, or they have 2 different, so you could flip them whatever way you want when creating.
Yes. So you score the highest points on your monument, and then of course you do your objective points on your for the completed monuments. For your missions, they only count towards completed monuments. So you would get your bonus points, and whoever has the most points wins. So you can see it's a pretty easy to learn, fast game. Doesn't take that long to play.
It tells you in the game the player score incomplete monuments.
So, what did you think of this game?
I really like the illustration, the design, the components. Really phenomenal components. Dual layer boards. The cards are nice and thick. It has the wood pieces. I like the little wooden like coin things that forbidden. The little metal thing. The mat, also the box has the magnet where it opens, and also the way that the storage system works is phenomenal. It's probably one of the most thought out, like component wise, games that I've ever seen. So phenomenal components, and then also it has player aid. The illustration is easy to see. The font's easy to read. Just great components. Replayability, high replayability, because there's so many cards, and it's always changing because it's you're always adding different cards. Setup literally took like 3 to 5 minutes or less, and then tear down is a lot faster. So high replayability. Plus, it's not a table hog, so that's one also great aspect of the game. Mechanics, it does have some randomness and some luck factor because of the cards that are placed. Because once you have to discard to 3 cards, and so that's where the aspect of if you're not creating or building your monuments in time, then you have to discard, and so that the randomness and luck factor does factor in a little bit, but you can pretty much some of the cards except the Buddhas do have where you can choose from the top or the bottom, so there is that strategic element to it, and also the bidding. So you want, that's where the bidding is very key to the game, where you want to make sure you get the card you want. So you want to bid on the side of the cards because that's the ones you're going to get the most. So some mechanics to it, but some randomness to it. Overall total, I'm giving this 8 out of 10. I think it's a great game. I think the mechanic, the luck and randomness doesn't elevate it as much, but the components and also the way the game flows and the simplicity and how easy it is to get to the table and how it's not a table hog, just elevates it at that level. And so 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I absolutely love the components. When I first saw this game, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And I know you can't probably see it, but the player boards have a, I don't know what you would call that, like it almost looks engraved, kind of.
Yeah.
It has a pattern. It's beautiful. And of course, they're dual layer, so it makes it nice when you're scoring your points. That doesn't move around, and it's beautiful, beautiful components. I love the wood chips. Just like he said, it seems very well thought out, and this is a nice touch having that player mat. That always makes it nice to easily guide you through the game, and it makes it easier to teach others how to play games when you have these player mats that literally like lay out where you put the components. But yeah, we enjoyed this game a lot, and just the beauty of it makes it even more nice to play, and it's definitely a great game for people that like the point salad. What would it be, a deck building kind of game? Or
set collection,
yeah,
blind bidding.
And the bidding, if you like those bidding games. So it's not too complex at all. It's an easy game to learn. So this would be an overall great game to add to your collection for those game nights, or to add, because it doesn't take that long. It took us maybe 35 minutes to play it.
Or less.
Probably less. So we don't really keep track of the time, but it felt like it went pretty quickly. So yeah, I would give this game an 8. It was a lot of fun, and we'll definitely play this again.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully this helped you to decide whether this is a game you would want to add to your collection. Please feel free to leave a comment or question. We will put the link in the description if you want to check this game out for yourself. Please give this video a like, share it with others. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. If not, we hope you will subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so you can see all of our content that we put out. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you next time.